Hello everyone, this is Boyd. I'm doing a video for my 2004 Ranger I have for sale. First note, I have tow bar brackets on the front that I used to bring the truck to, well, I had it in for airbags in August of this year to the local Ford dealer, and then local repair shop replaced a fuel pump in it in August, and then did a bunch of other repairs in November. But those tow bar brackets will be coming off, and the chains I have hanging there I have wrapped around the frame, and those will be coming off. So tow bar brackets and the chains do not go with the truck when I sell it. I bought this truck, I think it was July 5th of 2007. It had a little bit over 60,000 miles on it. I bought it from a dealer in Shell Rock, Iowa. It was Shell Rock Ford had it. It is, I need to take it to a car wash, but has the Mazda design, 2.3 liter 4-cylinder 16 valve engine with 143 horsepower and a 5-speed manual transmission. It has a 373 open differential, so it doesn't have a locking differential. And honestly, for Minnesota, if you're going to drive in the winter, you really don't want a locking differential. I need to, well, when I bring it to the car wash, I should spray out the bed. When I bought it, it had a plastic drop-in bed liner, and I soon removed that after I bought it because plastic bed liners kind of trap moisture and start rust in that. So there is some rust up in the front. Oh wait, is that leaves? Oh, okay, that's paint that's flaked off. But so I don't like bed liners. If you excuse me, if you buy a vehicle with a drop-in bed liner, I suggest that you remove it. If you're in a humid, wet climate like Minnesota is in the summertime. Well, I've had it. I've not had it in any accidents. I did rust started on the inner side of the lower part of the doors, and I painted POR, paint over rust. You can look up POR on Google, but I painted that on that rust on the inner side of the doors. Oh darn, about 6-7 years ago. But yeah, it has 134,000 miles on it. Oh darn, I got a list of all the stuff that's been done to it. Yeah, so it's December. It's December of 2021, and in November, both front upper A-arms were replaced, along with an aftermarket upper camber kit. And then there was one broken wheel stud on there that was replaced, along with one broken wheel stud on the other side was replaced. They replaced 2 parking brake cables in November in that same service. It was, darn it, the bill was like $1,700. There was, I can't even remember all the different things they did. Oh, they replaced the rear brake hardware. The air conditioning was recharged. Let me look at my list here. Okay, the fuel pump was replaced in August. New battery in August. Both airbags were replaced at the local Ford dealer in August under recall. And just 4,000 miles ago, I replaced the clutch in this truck. The entire clutch. The flywheel was surfaced. The pilot bearing was replaced. A brand new clutch and clutch disc was installed. And a brand new clutch master cylinder was installed. And while I did that, I installed a transmission that had, I think it had about 2,500 or 3,500 miles on it. Not 25,000 or 35,000. 2,000. It was somewhere around 2,500 miles to 3,500 miles on that transmission I put in at the same time. And I used the clutch slave cylinder that came with that transmission when I did that. But I don't smoke, I don't use drugs, I don't borrow my trucks to friends. No pet smell, there's never been any rodent smell in it. Well, you can see there's marks right here from because the drop-in bed liner was one that goes over the rail, but this truck has not been driven in the winter since the winter of 2010, 2011. I might run a few errands with it when I'm not driving my 2011 Ranger. The reason I'm selling it is I own 3 vehicles. I do not need 3 vehicles. It's a good little truck, no check engine lights. Recalls are taken care of. The tires on them are new old stock Goodyear Eagle GT plus 4 tires. I bought them used but new, about 5-6 years ago, and I put them in my pole barn storage, and I didn't get them put on tires until the summer of 2021, and then I ran them on my 2011 Ranger starting about last April or May. I think I put about 12 to 14,000 miles on these tires. And when I did them, the rear tires that are on this truck now were on the fronts of that truck, and then so the rear tires, the fronts on the 2004 that's for sale came off the back of the 2011. So, but as you can see, I like Ford Ranger trucks. I actually own 3 of them right now, and I'm selling 2 of them, and I'm going to buy an economy car. I just need to get a little bit better gas mileage than these get. You will get on the highway, if you don't have a lead foot, you can get 30 to 31 miles per gallon if you go 60 miles per hour. If you go 70, you're going to get 27 to 24 miles per gallon depending on how steady you can keep it. When I bought the truck in 2007, the grill was black, and I removed it and painted it with a paint called Fusion paint. Fusion paint is made to adhere to plastic, and as you can see, some of that paint has started to come off, but I just didn't like the black grill that the base Ranger came with. But yep, I haven't had no accidents, I haven't hit a deer, I haven't had a single ding in this truck. Otherwise, well, This is recent. There's a little door scratch there. That happened sometime this fall. I don't know where it happened, but it's kind of hard to avoid when you park in a public parking lot like at Walmart once in a while. But yep, never replaced the single body panel. Trying to think what other. Okay, at about 125,000 miles, I replaced, what was it, the 2 rear parking brake cables. I replaced the rear brake shoes, rear wheel cylinders. So basically all 4 of the parking brake cables on this truck have been replaced. Yeah. And then, yeah, at about that same time, at about it was about 125,000 miles, might have been a little bit previous to that, I replaced the lower ball joints. I replaced the power steering rack with a rebuilt steering rack from O'Reilly's. It came with new inner tie rods, and I also installed new outer tie rods. And then I believe I've replaced the sway bar links on this one at least once. One little quirk of the Ford Rangers is front sway bar links break now and then. And I don't know. Yeah, that's it there, right there. Can't see it very well, but yeah, pretty good little truck. Trying to think. Okay, previous repairs I've done to it, I've replaced the water pump, the alternator. Usually when I get parts, I buy parts from Napa. I like to buy quality parts. So water pump, the alternator, front calipers were replaced at around 75,000 miles. Map sensor, but trying to think what else. And I had a guy call on this a couple weeks ago asking questions, and he asked, has the timing belt been replaced? And well, they only used the timing belt in the 4-cylinder engine. In the previous designed 4-cylinder engine, there was the German designed 2.3 liter 4-cylinder engine that had its origins back in, I think, the 1970s, and then Ford upped it to 2.5 liters and changed the cylinder head to a twin plug, so it had 2 spark plugs per cylinder. Well, that engine, the last time they put that engine in a 4-cylinder Ranger was halfway through the 2001 model year. Then they switched to the Mazda 4-cylinder engine that this truck has. When that happened, the 2001 and a half to 2002, 2003 had 135 horsepower, and then for this year of 2004 it had 143 horsepower. But this engine has a timing chain, so you don't have to worry about replacing timing belts. Yeah, the only time a check engine light came on is when the original map sensor went. Map sensor is under the hood. It was back here. It was just a little device, and I think it has something to do with emissions, and I replaced that. It was pretty easy to replace. It's a small part. It's inexpensive. Here's a close-up shot of the left front tire. Goodyear Eagle GT plus 4. It's a stock size 225/70/15. But the Mazda designed 2.3 liter engine is a much better engine than the engine it replaced, the old German, 2.3, 2.5, because I've driven plenty of those, and it's just, that old engine's just not very balanced, not a great engine. When I put this truck on the market, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I started at 6,900 or best offer, then went down to 6,500 or best offer, 6,200 or best offer, 5,900 or best offer, and I thought, I'm trying to speed things up, and I put it down to 5,000 firm. I did have a guy through Facebook offer me 5,000, and I countered with 5,500, and then didn't hear back from him again. But look at how good and clean the fenders are. So it hasn't been exposed to a Minnesota winter since 2010, 2011. So look at those fenders there. Yep. Yeah, I need to clean it at a car wash, but yeah, the upper part of the front bumper is metal, lower part is plastic. The newer Rangers have all plastic front bumpers. This is my 2011. It has a 2-piece plastic bumper. But anyway, let's have a look at the other fenders. Not bad. Not bad. Just a little bit dirty. But anyway, if you want to look at the truck, like noon to about 4. Well, I work. My only 2 days off are Tuesday and Wednesday, and I work evenings. So unless you want to look at it later in the day, Tuesday or Wednesday, well, you really want to look at it in the daytime. It's better to look over a vehicle in the daytime than after dark, unless we drove to a well-lit gas station. But oh yeah, this one has the heavy-duty payload. Yeah, not bad. I got to put the radio. I had a different radio in it, and I had an aftermarket radio in it. And then I put that radio in my 2009 Ranger, and then so I don't have a radio in this truck right now. But I mostly used it for in-town driving. I would get out on the highway once in a while. This is curled up a little bit. One of the stake pockets. Yeah, it does have the heavy-duty payload option. Has air conditioning, which was just recharged a month ago. Power steering, four-wheel anti-lock brakes, manual windows, manual locks, manual mirrors. It doesn't have cruise control, but yeah, the three options in it are 7-foot bed. The standard bed was a 6-foot bed. The 7-foot bed's kind of hard to find. Then heavy duty payload, and then air conditioning. But yeah, it still looks pretty good for a 2004. If you take care of these trucks, the engine in these trucks can last to 300,000 miles or more. The oil was changed usually about 4,000 miles. I think once I went up to 7,000 miles. It was the longest on an oil change on this truck, but It doesn't use any oil. Yeah, everything works fine. Parking brake works. The clutch works nice. But I'm gonna put the radio back in, and I gotta clean some papers out of the passenger side floor, and then take the for sale signs out, and then I'll do another video on the interior. But thanks for watching. But if you're in Stillwater here, I live at the house next to Countryside Repair. I have no connection to the repair shop. My landlord owns the repair shop next door, and I can't remember if I've ever had them. I think they've done a few repairs on this truck, but not many. I try to do them myself whenever I can. But anyway, so but if you want to do a test drive, I am going with. If you want your mechanic to inspect the truck, I'm going with. No ifs, ands, or buts, you know. And when you're driving it, you know, if in a safe place, if you want to floor it and just see how the engine reacts, make sure it's all working, that's fine, as long as it's in a the road's not icy. But if you'd start just beating the crap out of it, that will be the end of the test drive. But I'm sure that there are people that will want to, you know, that will ask me, well, just can you give me the keys and so I could test it for a couple hours or half a day? And the answer will be no. I'm sorry. You know, if I don't know you really well, you know, I have liability related to whatever happens to this truck, even when someone else is driving it. So I will not be just giving anyone the keys to this truck to take. So I'm sorry I have to do that, but that's the way it is. But oh, that's right. I do have the hubcaps inside the cab of the truck. I was just going to quick clean them and put them on after I put the factory radio back in, and clean out the papers from the passenger side. It doesn't look too bad. It's just, I just wanted to clean that up before I do the video of the inside. But I did, years ago, I put extra backup lights. Put extra backup lights on it. I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can barely see it. There's one. There's one on the other side. And they worked pretty good, and then some too much moisture got into the lights, and I stopped using them. But it has a regular bumper hitch. It does not have a frame hitch. But I have the title clear in my name. I have it in my bedroom. I know exactly where it is. It would only take me about 2 minutes to get it, so there's no problems with the title. This truck was paid off in about April of 2011. So anyway, but I really think this should be a good little truck for summer. Okay, please check back on my YouTube channel here after, because I'm going to get a second video of the interior. I'll probably take it for a test drive too, after I do the interior video. Maybe just make them that one the second video. But anyway, all right, thanks for watching. Bye.